finally we will come up with two set of ideas which is needed for this prototype.
Okay, well, my idea stemming from the need finding is basically we're going to do, my concept is definitely a VR version prototype, and my idea is a 360 panoramic view to where you go to a location. It's a video, not an image, and you show a short video using a high definition 3D camera. This may not be feasible with this project, but this is one of my ideas that I had based off what we talked about. And while you are viewing these 30-second, 45-second, or 1-minute clips, I would think maybe about a minute would be the limit. There would be a row of emojis that appear, and then you can click what you like, dislike, you can favorite it, or heart. This is based on the emojis that people said they would like to see in it. And then it just moves on to the next video. So you go through a catalog of these videos. We don't want to overbear them with too many, say 5 to 10. And they build their itinerary based off that, saying, okay, here's a video of the Tower Bridge in London, here's a video of Westminster Palace, and then they're like, I like that, I don't like that. And then by the end of it, they have this play-by-play of basically their whole itinerary in video form based on what their emoji preferences were. And then it would show at the end, like, hey, you favorited these, you said you like these, something like that. The other design is to do more like, and I forget the app we discussed, but more like an app, map application. Gotham had shown us one that, like, it was I think it was Snapchat stories all over the place, and they had pinned them, and you could go to each one and see a little clip or a little image of that place, and then basically build your itinerary based on like clicking those pins, like, oh, I'd go here, I'd go here, I'd go here. It's 2D, it's a lot less, lower fidelity, but that would be the other design idea that I could come up with. But for me, the VR is extremely high fidelity. I want 3D. If it's not a 3D video, because that's an expensive option, of course, then get a 3D image, or at least something that's interactable. That's my idea.
My idea is to go with the chat app. What I've noticed from my personal experiences, my travel plans continue for a long period of time. Like, I start browsing at things on the car, then I look at some things in the office, then I look at some things at home. So I just want to put all the things to an app. I say, okay, these are my holiday dates, because I'm constrained by I have to define my holiday dates in January itself. So I build this app that these are my holiday dates, and then over the period of time, the app is able to refine, okay, if this is June, if this is December, these are the best places you can visit based on your budget. Then it starts giving me clips of those places one by one. I say, this looks nice. This one, this particular place is good. And then at the same time, it gives me average budget as well. That sometimes my holidays are vacation is 7 days, whereas other times it is more than, I take 14 to 20 days. So for 7 days, this budget, this is the best one. For 14 days or 20 days, this budget, this is the best one. So it starts with a suggestion story. Then I start going into one by one the clips of the places. When I go into the clips of the places, it gives me the map-based view. Okay, a day-wise breakdown. It shows me that day 1 you can do this, day 2 you can do this, and I can then make some choices. I think my time is up.
Okay, I think I'll have to say it again because I did not start recording at that time. So I think I mostly agree with you, Gautam, where I have a similar opinion. but I don't think chat app is my way for the design. It will be mobile app or a web app. So what I would first do is I will give my dates, which are generally like a week or like a 9-day period covering 2 Saturdays and 2 weekends, and the weekday in between. And then based on that, I give the location that I want to go. The app can also provide automatically these are the favorite destinations during this time, or these are the destinations which are going to be like weather friendly for you. And then it can suggest me some of the options, while I can also provide or modify that location. And then in the next screen, it basically shows me a list of catalog that it already has inbuilt based on user experiences, and just like Google Maps. As an analogy, like Google Maps finds out and gives us least traffic information, like best route possible. Similar to that, we will provide an itinerary which is like most suited, or like which will have least crowd traffic at that time. Based on that, I can see the locations. I select some of those locations, and then for every location we have a VR video that I can drill down into and see a video if I want to, just to get an idea of how it is and whether it suits my purpose. If I drag the location out, that means I don't want it. I mean, so there could be the emojis that Kyle was mentioning. We can like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, something like that. So if I thumbs it up, then I want to add it to my itinerary. Otherwise, I want to discard it off. At the end, I'm just choosing the location, and I am not worried about how best it can be, like what is the best route that it will take. At the end, like once I finalize it, the app itself then runs an algorithm to find what is the best possible route I should follow and what dates I should use. Go to those locations and give me that itinerary back. For premium customers, we can have more additional add-ons of like voice-based input and other inputs, which we can talk about and in detailed design if required. So this is my thought.
Yeah, fine.
Kyle, I think I got recorded, but yeah, Kyle, if you want to add anything or like any of the biases or anything you want to add.
Nothing on the top of my head right now. I'm still thinking though.
Yeah. So I want to also add to this is ability of live streaming for the guides. Which is, I guess you have all used Google Guides. So Google Guides, you can point out your reviews, give your reviews, give the rating of the place, put some comment of everyday places what you've gone. What if there is an Uber kind of an app for guides? Here instead of people booking it via the Uber call center or Uber app, here people talk to them on Twitch. They see them, and the guide actually is on his free time is going around the city, showing the city. At the same time, people from across the world are putting them questions, and finally he's also able to book them. So live stream of the destination, so that the person who is going for the vacation to that location can see it, what is really is it really matching his expectation? That's one. Second is he can also, during the live stream, he's answering any kind of questions which is there for the which is any travel related questions. Third is this guy can be booked for maybe a tour guide booking. So that is also part of the live streaming. So VR entices the customer. Live stream makes sure that the customer knows all the information he wants to know. So whichever route for the app, it should include both all the three, the VR video, and also it should include the live stream. So this brings in the flavor of what I had sent across what was that? Street view, social street view. So crowdsource or um, uh, crowd is also able to help you out with your travel plan.
Okay. So I just again, Gautam, I want to add two things here. Right. So although this is, I mean, it is a good idea, but would it be practical, like, to get live streaming for all of the locations? Right. I mean, see, for VR, I mean, for a recorded 360-degree video, is giving an idea to a user that this is how the place is and this is how it virtually looks like. So when you are there, it will be very similar to this. Live.
Very soon, the idea for me now is just to put a prototype. Practically, if you ask me, all this is not possible with today's 4G abilities. But with 5G, which is coming in next couple of years, 5G is going to go hit the live streaming market. 5G is going to hit the VR market. It's going to provide this ability of everyone everyday live stream. So this is the reason why, if you see Social Street View, the paper which was sent across, Social Street View went, collected pictures from Google Photos, collected pictures from Bing Photos, stitched all of them together and created 360-degree view of the location, which Google Street is already doing. But on top of it, it created one more layer of social networking group where people would be able to talk to each other, chat with each other, or recommend to that. I'm just adding one more layer of live stream to that. That's the thought process behind it. However, yes, for prototype, we don't lose anything. For this three to come together, VR, AR, and live stream to come together, today's network is not capable enough.
No, I mean, so my question was not only technical, I mean, not the technical limitation part of it, right? Whether it is really helpful, because what we are doing, our main task at hand is the planning for a trip that is going to happen in future, right? So exactly. I might be planning a trip for, like, say December at this time, or maybe like a 4th of July or something like a holiday that is coming, right? So a live video at this point of time may not give me the correct answer. I mean, the correct picture of the location at that time. It might get me confused more. I'm just so I want to present that point of view.
Actually, if you look back, the last survey which I had done, even I was very surprised to find that number of people who selected live stream was quite high. They said yes, they want to see live stream of the location, and that made me think. When you are planning a vacation, why do you want to see live stream of the location? But later, even I realized it's not the live stream; it's the ability to actually visually see what is happening and then say yes. It may be 1 minute or 2 minutes the people will spend on this live stream, but it will, how is the hotel surrounding looking like? How is the attraction point, what they have, that is looking like? Yes, what they see on the 360-degree VR video, they will be good with that. This will be an add-on factor. So that's the thought process behind it.
So I've got a quick question about it, if you don't mind. So is this just going to aggregate, like, other people that have been in the area, and kind of like the Snapchat stories thing you showed, like, you go to an area, say Tower Bridge of London, and it would show, like, everybody's videos that people have already been there. And then you can just go there and it's like, that's what I'm getting at. Because, like, It's a live, from what I understand from what you're saying, it's not like a live stream, but it's somebody that's been there that actually recorded it and you can see it in real time as that person saw it. Is that the right frame here, or am I thinking completely different? I'm still trying.
What I'm referring back is after this I started looking at Twitch. Why do so many people are watching live games? So live games as well as recorded games. So that is the idea. Like if there is someone doing a live stream at that moment, they can see it. Or just 1 minute, my 5 o'clock alarm is going off. Yeah. Yeah. What I mean is when people are watching people play games on Twitch, is something similar to that. That's the thought process, like live stream of a location, so that at least people can see it for a minute that this is the place they are going to be and this is what it's going to look like. Maybe they are traveling next week. So maybe they can create an imaginary idea in their heads that, okay, this place is going to look something sunny, something windy, those kind of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason. It's driven by the Twitch today. If Twitch and one more app is there, I don't remember the name. So there people are actually live streaming the locations and people are live streaming this point of interest.
One thing I will say though, like with Twitch, because I use Twitch all the time, what ends up happening is like usually the top 20 to 30 games are the ones being mostly viewed by people.
Exactly.
And the smaller games are not like...
No one is seeing it.
Yeah, so that would be the same issue here. Is let's say instead of London, you're like, I want to go back with Alabama. And it's like, how are you going to tune into a stream unless it was pre-recorded?
Yeah, you will go into pre-recorded. Even I see that 150,000 people, 200,000 people, what they are watching are the top ones which are recommended. Apart from that, even if you scroll, you will not get it. That's the. I'm not tried the web version on the mobile. It's very hard to even search for something. Like what you said, some particular location, particular point, it's very hard to search for it.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of the live stream. It's going to be interesting to see how that would fit in here, and then also like aggregate pre-recorded material.
Yeah, this guy, the social street view. I think they meant, I read the paper twice. They say crowdsource, but crowdsource is one thing and live stream is different. So this is maybe a way to implement that crowdsource. So crowdsourcing destination, crowdsourcing ideas, crowdsourcing of that's the let's see if we can put it as a prototype. So Neil, you're putting this prototype across.
Yeah, I'm trying to put something. Yeah, I mean, so one is definitely we can put a set of screens so that like somebody who's doing it the first time should be able to understand what we are trying to achieve, right?
So Neil, we'll have to put multi-destination because for the last prototype, everyone said they want multi-destination. So you'll have to put multi-destination.
So I'm trying to add something here, like there's a plus button somewhere, so I can just enter destinations and like some New York City is one, say for example.
Okay.
Even I'm playing with this prototype maker, this right.
Also, you can do is you can share this prototype with You can make all of us as contributors, and we also can throughout this week can put the
correct.
can work on this prototype.
Okay. I don't know.
I have no prior experience with balsamic, so this will be new to me.
So we can actually do a paper diagram also if you have anything, and then I can put it here. But even I'm learning this. It's just very easy. I mean, I think this is pretty straightforward. So I just want to add, like, say for example, any destinations. I mean, this item will be good or not. But I put in a destination, click a plus sign, and it just adds it to my list.
Nice.
And something like that.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, true. That means add one more. Correct, true.
And then we have a date ticker. I don't know. I mean, this is the best way to show the dates and all. But we'll see, like, how slowly we'll make it. So now the VR video, if we can make a GIF out of it, just to show like a user is able to scroll to the left or right, and then the PDF can show that as the user is like scrolling down, they see like. You see, like, just like Facebook, we see live videos as we scroll up and down. Right within our document, if we can show, like, then it will be very happy for the reviewer also to see, okay, this is what we mean. Right? Rather, the more pictorial our document is, it will be better for us.
So just one. The sequence. Now, if I have to brainstorm of the sequence, first we'll specify the location. From the location, next screen will show clips, VR clips of that location with points of interest. The next will be, for these points of interest, there will be an predefined itinerary, a template itinerary or a predefined itinerary where user can again interact. Say hotel, for a hotel you can choose a certain location and you can see a VR of it. Also there will be a button there where you can see if there is a live stream available, you can go to a live stream for that, and he can make his choice. And then finally that day, if there is like between the places, what is the distance, what is the best mode of transport, that will be shown. And then finally, it will go and create a map view of a snap map where the people can click at, this is the place, this is the place, this is the place. They can say they'll give a comment, share this with their anyone whom they want to share this. So this is the sequence it will be. So I think this time we have to do medium fidelity. So we have to build multiple screens for the prototype.
What kind of prototypes do you guys want to run for this? Do we want to do paper prototypes across the board, or do we actually want to bring in a textual prototype for one, or like?
We need to do two, right?
At least two. Well, it may have said it. I've done it. Let me pull it and read it real quick.
Thumbs up was an important item that we wanted, right?
Thumbs up and star.
So hopefully this will come. The copy didn't work. So I have to take it as an image. Maybe. Yeah. Should I?
We need to run two prototypes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one.
No, we need to have two ideas, right? For every idea, we'll have to create a prototype. So the most important item is the idea, that the task that we want to do, right? So one is selection of, I don't know, first let's finalize the ideas of the task that we want to make, right? So for example, I say New York City is my thumbs up, right? So it's getting added, or maybe here I can have the thumbs up. As a plus sign, I can have the emoji here. This is one of the, or maybe on the video we can have this thumbs up.
Yeah. On the video, thumbs up and the star.
Yeah. So how is the star and the thumbs up different? I mean, so if I want to say okay, I want to go to New York City, I believe both mean the same thing for me, right? I'm just adding to my itinerary.
I've written it there, the meaning of this too. What did I write it? Thumbs up is like the Facebook way. star is to make things as a favorite or
Like a
wish
bookmark.
list.
Okay.
Wish list kind of a thing.
Okay. So when we see the video, the user can basically click on one of these buttons
Yeah.
and then say, okay, I like it or I don't like it. We might have to like skip it also, right? So how do we do that? And then accordingly in the map, we can probably take a screenshot of Google Map and then paste it here. So just maybe like a Google Map view, I would say.
Yeah, I will.
It's making
Google
the
Map,
fastest.
you will not be able. Google Map, you will not be able to. You will have to add multiple.
Yeah,
So,
you can do it here.
Yeah. Neil, I'll give you a map. I'll define a map on a separate listing sheet and I'll give it to you, which is like itinerary map itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll check that. So
I just for now I mean
more.
Yeah. Google
Can
Map.
you add more? 5,
Yeah,
6, 7.
yeah. Google Map allows. Yes. Google Map allows. Yes. So I can
Okay,
watch.
that's fine. Then I'll take a proper itinerary and then put that. So this is the same kind of thing. Somewhere walk, somewhere yeah.
So right now I'm not thinking about like my location, but within our app we want to mention that this clearly that the app will give us the best route, right? So it will be, as a user I'm only worried about my location. I'm not worried about the best route. The app will take care of it.
Yeah.
At the end.
So for this, prior to this, the idea. So we need to submit 2 ideas. So one becomes this app idea, which we are doing a paper prototype for this. What about the second one?
I mean, my concept was more in line with focusing on the VR and getting a slideshow.
That I think is the second part to it, right? So first step, we make it a high level idea where we are saying, okay, the user is selecting the location. The second point of the usage of VR is based on like when we go deep into the app. So I now want to drill down into say one location and then see
what
that's
just one prototype though.
That's okay. I mean, now then we'll
have to run 2 separate prototypes for evaluation. So that's what's gonna be weird there is like it's technically the same application. I mean, I could be wrong there. I'm just thinking like how from a grade point wise, like when a TA sees it, like is that the same prototype or are those 2 different prototypes?
I don't think they want a comparison.
We have to, like last time, we have to do 2 different ideas, right? So this is one idea. So next idea we can go in for now is from my side, the suggestion is we can go in for a voice-based itinerary planner. So
okay, so I think within this app only, right? We can just add to just a voice command. If there's a voice icon, so instead of like entering or typing it, everything is like by voice.
No, that voice-based is like the Alexa or the Google Assistant. Where we give a complete script for that.
No. Okay. So there are 2 things here. This is how we did. Even I did it, and probably and I got decent now scoring as well. So I just want to. I mean, it was like 20 hours. So the point was, I had 2 separate ideas, and then I will show you my document. I had 2 separate ideas. And then when I did my evaluation, I took one of these ideas and made a prototype, right? A WOMS model to show which one is how. I mean, I'll see. Let me just go there.
So that was M4 or M this time?
So M4 is for my data I submitted.
Yeah, basically what I'm getting at with this, and I'll let you go back to it in a second, Neil, is based on our brainstorming, we have to have 2 ideas coming out of this, and like based on what we just came up with, we have to go off of that. And like we didn't have a voice-based thing in our brainstorming. We could always come back and do brainstorming again to get our second idea. But no matter what idea we come up with for our prototype, it has to come from that.
Okay. So see, what our main subject, right, is the travel planner. So we definitely have to. I believe like we should definitely look at the main idea, like to make it easier enough for a user to plan his app. While we also want to use the VR part, we want to add the VR and I would say VR as well, but like at least VR concept to the existing app, the existing travel planners, where we are not only allowing the user to quickly quickly plan for a location, but we are also saying, okay, now you plan these locations, you can go and do a VR to each of these locations individually and see how it will feel like when you go there. Right, the second part is my second idea. Right, so there are two, my meaning like our team's second idea. So in first screenshot, we are just telling like this is how it will look like. We will all discuss and then make it more cleaner. The second one is a different one. They are not conflicting. They are supporting each other. The second one is like a second activity. Now that I believe Times Square, I don't know what is Times Square, right? If I am sitting outside, say, I want to see how Times Square looks like. So the VR app, the one way right now is I go and look at some of the images of Times Square and then see how it will look like. The VR is like more realistic. I click on Times Square and then a video starts playing, and then I can just do a 360-degree view movement of that, which helps me understand more of Times Square. And I'll feel whether I really like it or not. And then if I like it, I take it. If I don't like it, I take it off my list. So I'm not wasting my time at Times Square if I don't like it, for example.
Gotcha.
Right? So now when we are done with this, what we will do is we can do a comparison of our, right, then the evaluations that we do, right, the heuristic evaluation or empirical. At that time, what we will do is we can take one of these ideas. We maybe take like, I don't know, VR is not, I haven't thought much onto it, but if I say, for example, take the first idea, we should think in the second term, but for now, just to explain what I want to say, we can do a simple evaluation of two prototypes. Right? One is our interfaces that we are supporting via this iPad, this mobile app. One way of input is the text-based input. The other is like a voice-based input. That could be a gesture-based input. I don't know if that makes sense. We can just think about it and then just give a comparison that, okay, the inputs can be these many. The voice-based input can be much faster because like the user doesn't have to type in like, not everybody like can be Kyle. So the voice could be pretty quick, whereas height is more robust, right? So we can have a Gomes model to add if you want to, and then that'll be. We did it in activity C, I believe, right? I don't think Gomes model we added here.
So we can do the Gomes model and
do a comparison.
For this is we need at least two ideas. So one is the app based, which I think you are drawing it now.
Mm-hmm.
The prototype is the app based. The second has to be totally different. Which will be a script based. If it's a voice, it's a script based.
Okay. No, but the evaluation when we do, right, we can take one of these ideas and make a predictive evaluation on top of it.
Yeah, evaluation, we can plan the evaluation
on one of these ideas, one of these tasks. Any one of these tasks, what are the methods that can be used to achieve the task, and do a predictive evaluation on that particular task, maybe of the VR method. So we should think more on that. But I think we should definitely put something for this, in this terms, right? So that the reviewer understands what is our main goal, how are we making it achievable.
So, just real quick. So when I viewed this project and we first went into it, and this is my idea of what both prototypes could be, and at first I was thinking, okay, a 2D map like the Google Maps thing. But you go to it, it'll show a video or a clip of the location, but it's not the non-immersive VR. And to me, both of these prototypes is one is the map view where you go to pins and select them and it shows you information about each location, whether it's a picture or a clip or whatnot. And then the second prototype, and this is in my mind, like this is my thoughts on it. The second prototype is, it's the actual high fidelity VR view. And that's the difference in my eyes of the ideas that we just discussed. I'm just going off what we brainstormed.
Okay. So the second point, right? So what are the steps that will be performed, right? So if I say go in the first time, I have a VR headset with me, okay, and it is connected to the internet. What as a user, as a travel planner, what will be the steps that I will be performing? What do you think?
Well, I don't think we're assuming they'll have a headset though. It's going to be VR in the app. Like they're going to pull it up and be able to interact with the picture like it's a YouTube.
This is a non-immersive. Yeah, this is non-immersive VR was the idea, and the idea was to like what I shared with you guys, London tour 360 degree. So that is one 360 degree video. That was one, and to continue forward, that was the 2-day or 3-day planner which comes up. That's the one. So
okay. So just educate me with non-immersive VR. So non-immersive VR is basically when we are doing it through a browser. Is that? And I thought like VR is always immersive, right?
No, there are 3 types of VR: non-immersive, semi-immersive, and immersive. So the non-immersive one, which is possible via your browser, in this also 360 degree view is one of it. The second one is what we initially VR classes we were attending, which you could see it without a VR headset. That also falls into the same one. Kyle, you can correct me because you are you have been in this field for long.
Yeah, that's pretty much fine. It can work with a headset or without a headset, but most people are just going to use it through the browser, like he said.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, still not very. So basically, the YouTube video, say if I have a headset that suppose YouTube starts supporting a headset, a VR headset, will that same video then become semi-immersive?
Yeah, it will be more immersive in that case. Yeah.
So it's the device that is making it more immersive or non-immersive, not the video. What I had a feeling is if it's a 360 degree view, it is semi-immersive already. If it does not have a 360 degree view, it has like a panoramic view, it is not immersive. So this is my feeling, right? As soon as I get into a location and I can move around and I can see some of the areas, it becomes semi-immersive.
Sure, yeah, we can do whatever terminology works.
No, I don't know. I've just heard of it. I've never read anything. So
Yeah.
This is my idea. I'm just thinking and normally.
Neil, I'll send you from somewhere. I got this. Okay, it's there in the slides. I've made a note of it in the slides. We can. Yeah, but it is.
I was going through the document and. I might be similar to a TA who's like reading the document. So, okay. So that's where I am understanding. We have to educate the person who's reading it the first time. Don't take me negatively. Okay. So my document should be. Okay.
Yeah. So let's not jump the prototype at this moment. Let's confirm the ideas, confirm the flow, and then we can go to the prototype. This is the point what I want to make. Can we at least 2 or here it says at least we can go in for even 3. And in the evaluation, let me see what is the evaluation talking. You should evaluate for 2 prototypes, which is same as what we have done in the last one. So, what I had impression of is for my M3, I had done 3 interfaces. One was mobile app, The second one was a textual prototype of travel planning. Again, which is VR storytelling. VR storytelling is one more way of doing it. The third way is voice, auditory interface. So here Alexa and Google Assistant, Alexa, all this were the idea behind it.
Okay, this one.
Now for
one I'm sharing.
for the second one, sorry.
This is the one that I'm sharing. You're talking about this one, right? This I believe is yours. M3.
Yeah, this is individual brainstorming. This is M3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is the individual brainstorming. If you can see
the notes that you wrote.
Just let's go up. I have the headers for each one of them.
Actually, I opened it on the browser itself.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the individual brainstorming. This is M3 brainstorming.
Actually, we did not have group brainstorming in our M3. It was only individual.
Yeah.
But
but that's action criteria. No, the prototype. This is not the one. I think this is not.
But then we
the prototypes are in the same paper. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the paper prototype. So paper prototype is something similar to what Neil you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the same thing what you are doing, is screen by screen, and I would prefer the screen by screen to be done. And here the fidelity in terms of getting snap map view is what I want to put in also.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Can we go down to the next one?
The textual prototype.
Yeah, textual prototype is a VR storytelling. So here VR storytelling is inspired from Netflix Bandersnatch episode, where the story you start the story. The story can take you to multiple. It can take you to multiple endings via interactions. So this is one way of it's a immersive, interactive VR storytelling where you plan a travel itinerary. This was a Wizard of Oz. Maybe it's possible, maybe it's not possible. So this is why I've written here Black Mirror. Okay, interactive stories. That's the idea. The complete flow is dependent. This is one more field which is coming up. Or maybe it's already people are already many are working in that also. VR storytelling. So this is one more area of implementation of VR for VR storytelling, and my thought process was in that we can go interact with these VR stories which will play on. Black Mirror was on TV, on mobile. So similarly on our mobile and TVs, and we can interact with the stories, and finally we get the itinerary what we desire. In Netflix, we select the episodes. Here we select the destinations. That's it. So this will help us to create a travel plan. In this, there will be elements of these are the attractions, this is that. So people have to. This is the reason why I came up with emojis. How do people convey their feelings? How do people say add to cart or add to wish list? This is again from the Amazon this thing when we are doing any booking. So same thing is coming under VR story where you can do an emoji, where you can do a wish list and all of that. That was the second piece, VR storytelling. The last one is the voice based. one.
Mm. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
these
more
are
like
the
an
three
Alexa
ideas.
interaction.
Yeah, Alexa or Google Assistant interaction where you go in for it. So currently, even for this, I would prefer that we put three here. We
It's a
build
prototype.
we build on this three. The first one we have discussed it all through now. I would say 50 minutes is what we have discussed is only the first one.
Hmm. I think second and third.
This is
Yeah. Good.
second and third. Again, it's a choice up to us. So
I believe
second one
this is
is
very
we
good,
are
right? Gautam, sorry to interrupt, but I think these three, I mean, we can like make these three. So first one, instead of this paper, we can just use like this tool to make it similar looking with some more screenshots that make it
yeah,
more like user,
we can do that.
right?
We can do that.
And then let's
Yeah, but today my intention was to come on this only. Like the first one was a mobile app, the second one was a VR storytelling method, the third one was a voice. So similarly, uh, how do you guys see it?
no. So
Do you
we
have
can
any
try. We
other
can use.
interaction way?
See, the documentation is very good. You can leverage those,
Yeah,
and then
we are going towards the bias. I didn't open this document, or even I would say that yesterday night I did a completely individual brainstorming. I didn't look at this document because I didn't wanted to get biased by what was done and all of this. But yes, this is the one. But
can
you
be
guys
supported with some
are
GIFs, right? Some VR GIFs, which can GIFs or some diagrams. I mean, some more like so. This is a storytelling, right? But we want to add. I think if you can, Kyle, if you think there is a way where we can add some VR video or a GIF to the Word doc, and as a
Yeah.
user browses and scrolls down the PDF, it should still like do like a GIF kind of a play. So we
Yeah.
can just give an idea. I mean, pictorially as well, that this is what the VR will look like, and then most of it we can.
Kyle and me, we are storytelling. How do you see it? Means when I say we are storytelling, what will be how it will be played to you?
So the way I see it with your VR storytelling thing, which is when I came onto the project, that was the one I was kind of glued to. And when I went through my brainstorming of like the videos and all that stuff, that's based on the conversations we had and then me individually thinking about it. I didn't refer back to this document until after the fact, kind of like you did. But with VR storytelling, I would imagine it is very similar to your setup to where you pull up a map and you say, I want to plan my itinerary. However, yeah, I want to plan my itinerary, but instead of clicking around on a map, I want stories given to me in VR. So instead of having that rich interface with all these things going on, it's just, I know where I want to go, but I don't know what I'm going to do there. Have multiple videos that the user's shown and each one has the emojis on it. And then they build their itinerary by going through the story. Basically, it's the itinerary planner is just a storyboard. You are storyboarding your own travel. And that's like my vision of this whole thing. And to me, like personally, that would be a great prototype based on our surveys and our need finding. If we were to go a different direction, I'm completely okay with that. It's just, it seems like VR was a strong point as one of the prototypes going forward. And like I know it's getting included in the other app, but doing it as a standalone thing, I think would be a really strong point.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that is just me.
Even for me, see, I didn't look at it, but always I had the VR storytelling in my mind. VR storytelling, it projects us the very point where this all points, I remember it. When I was writing it, I didn't know where to start. If you look, the user is planning vacation. I don't know homepage you select. It does not say you clearly where to start. But the start point for me now is again like a Netflix where we start, where we browse and we start the things. Then in this, it plays a predefined story. of a destination and allows user to pause at it, allows user to give his liking or disliking in terms of this emojis. And then finally what he sees end of it is, okay, these are the things what I want to do. And based on, see here, in this VR storytelling, actually, the cost factor and all this don't come in. This is just like, I don't know if you guys have done it or not, but in Facebook, there used to be a feature long back where you could tag yourself that you are at some other locations. And many of my friends used to do it in my college, that we are in San Francisco, we are in London, they used to do it. So this is something, the VR prototyping is, VR storytelling is just to get his wish list so that a person feels that he is at that destination. Because one of the points for this VR storytelling is there's a famous article on this by a US guy. For first time he went to North Korea and he played VR video of some city in North Korea to some farm lady, and she started the story. The article is like, she started crying by looking at. She said, "This is what technology is offering me. I'm sitting in a remote place in North Korea in a farm, and I'm looking at a very modern, very sophisticated city." So this is the concept of my VR storytelling. This is it's nothing to do with wish list. Internally, since I'm an IT guy, I got like, okay, I should be able to extract person's wish list. I should be able to extract person's intentions. But these are just the afterthoughts of the thing. But the idea behind it was that, okay, we do a VR storytelling, help people come up with their wish list, and then let them plan their itinerary accordingly. This was the VR storytelling thing. So I would continue on the one of the thought processes VR storytelling. Refining it, we can add to it.
So would you want that to be the second prototype in this circumstance?
I would prefer it. I would prefer that to be a second prototype.
Okay.
But we can, as I said, it's at least 3, so we can go in for one more. And I'm sure this is the best place where we can add more thoughts and more. After this, we are done with this document. We should be excited about it. So if you guys want to add one more prototype, please go ahead and add. It says at least 3. Evaluation, we can select any 2. I didn't select the VR prototype for evaluation because it's very hard to evaluate those kind of storytelling. But maybe you guys can give me ideas how to do it.
Well, the thing about it is I do have access to 360 videos, but it's going to be hard to get across in this paper where we're not designing an interface. So that's the thing. That almost to me seems like a paper prototype, or not a paper prototype, but an actual prototype.
Which one?
The VR, just because we're not going to be able to
VR
show
storytelling? That's why in the first survey, which the last survey which I did, I included a VR video to understand, do people click, do people see it, and then they answer the questions. Yes, people do see it. So Kyle, if you have 360-degree video, we can, if it's 1 minute or something, we can put it on the survey and people will see it. Even personally, if someone is telling, in the last surveys, I think some people did put some videos. I did go in and I saw it.
Okay.
So they do. There are guys who do. There are people who do that.
Yeah, we'll do a video. Yeah, I didn't know that that was acceptable or not with these papers, but if people are doing it, let's put a video in.
Yeah, the last survey which was there, it's directly, I have a direct link to that YouTube video, and I did ask that what the next question immediately after the first question was, what did you like in that video? So I wanted to ensure that people saw it, saw that video. Maybe people can fake answers because it's a multiple choice, but I believe that they have seen the video. So we can go and evaluate it. That's we can design our own evaluation as well.
What if we did a verbal prototype with it where we show them the video then ask questions on it?
Yes, we can do that as well.
I think that would be a decent way to approach that.
Yeah. So I've seen people doing those also. They've given a complete verbal prototype. They are asked to read, then they asked to come back and answer the questions. That's also doable.
Okay.
Good doable. So just to take just to get the takeaways from this meeting, because in next 10 minutes I'll have to stop. I'll have to start getting ready for my work day.
Sure.
Now we are in for 3 prototypes or 2 prototypes.
So we'll have to do 3. We should do 3.
Okay. The first one remains the mobile app, which Neil, you are doing it.
Yeah.
The second one remains the VR storytelling. Kyle, you will give some storytelling videos for this.
Yes,
as
I can do that.
And then we can build on top of that story. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And the third one is still choice. It's a voice or just see. What I've written in my individual prototyping is a mixed reality chat app. Mixed reality chat app. The reason for that was the first when I started the conversation, people do itinerary planners over a long period of time. They require assistant capability. So a chat app is the best one where you can give your dates, you can give your this thing, and it's
so is it like a bot?
Playing this VR. Yeah, it's a bot. It's a chat bot.
Chat bot. Okay.
It's a chat bot. So that's the third one, which I'll write the scripts for it, and I'll also write the entire sequence play and all those things. I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we will have to also finish everything in 30 pages. Right? So we will have to see some.
The script will not take more than 1 page, so I'll make it within 1 page.
Because I was looking at the document, so we are already at the 17th page. So we will have to definitely trim down some of it here.
Yeah, this was for check-in too, but from this there are only 3 diagrams which will be kept. All the others will be has to go in the appendix. For check-in 2 we had the space. That's why it was done like that. But for the next one, we only require this word cloud. Can I get a control?
Yeah, I don't think that. Does Webex allow? I don't think it allows.
Yeah, Webex does allow. Okay, fine. Can you go to the word cloud?
Yeah.
Yeah, this word cloud remains. And then
I think we'll remove these images and then put them in the appendix.
Yeah, and the interfaces of choice remains. Other things which are to do with emojis and all that, it can be made as a single liner and they can be kept because the data, the numbers we can put in appendix. What is the outcome? We can put it here.
No, but if we do this right, interface of choice, there is no auditory interface of choice. Then we are conflicting the requirement. So this was our lead finding.
Yeah, but that's okay. People didn't select mobile chat interface, but it may be due to they didn't understand it.
Yeah, we will just put on a single liner somewhere like that. Then we still wanted to add one more prototype because we had a lesser number of audience. just to cover that area?
No, I'm sure it's mostly to do with the understanding piece, because when the most funded travel planner today is chat-based travel planner. A chat-based travel planner which was made in 2016 got acquired by American Amex. Amex acquired it. The second one, which is the most funded in the industry, is the chat travel planner, which is from Europe somewhere. So maybe people didn't understand. So adding a third prototype, I'm going to write it the same way, that this motivation is coming from that end.
Okay.
We'll be adding it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see the questions, I think it was not clear enough. So
that's okay. Yeah, we will just add it. Okay. So I'll stop recording now.
So these three prototypes.
You can add this recording also in our appendix. Brainstorming.
Yeah, sure. This is what we'll do as our group brainstorming. What we can do, though, since we may have to add an individual brainstorming section for each person, just whatever we brought to the table, that's what we'll add, and then the rest of this will be our group brainstorming on the prototypes, if that makes any sense. So, like, when we each took turns, that was our individual, and we may, we'll have to write that in, at least bullet points as a quick summary of it. And then, like Neil said, we'll just link it in the appendix of the whole recording.
Okay, fine. Even I did yesterday half an hour individual brainstorming, which is again a paper brainstorming paper I've written it. You can add this in the appendix. Okay. Yeah.
So I will work on the mobile prototype. Right? And I will try to squeeze in 2 pages. I mean, how do we, like, number of pages is what is the, so 2 pages each?
Try to make it in 1.5 to 2 pages. Yeah, that should be. Try to make it in 1, 2, 3. So maximum of 6 or 7 screens. So within 2 pages, which we can fit. Okay. And you will send me that screenshot for that, you were saying, like, the snap map? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send you the snap map thing, as well as the, I'll send you that. There are 1 or 2 things which I want to send you. Last time I drew it by hand. If you see that, the distance is drawn by a hand, and the modes of transportation. So let me see if I can do that. Okay. I mean, it's not a problem, right? So we should take one location as the common point. I mean, for all these prototypes, so that it's like all is linked to each other. So which location do you think we should? I mean, I can put to any locations. I don't think I have a problem. So what one will serve the VR much better? I mean,
probably London. Yeah, London, since we've been talking about it the whole time, I would recommend keeping consistent in all prototypes to London. Okay. And just be easy.
Even I'll then use the same in my chat as well. Yeah. And like, if you have any locations that you want to add, I mean, 3 or 4 locations or like whatever, then we can keep it accordingly. Like, I will also add it accordingly. So yeah. All right. Yeah. What we have done now is we have discussed only the VR piece of things. If you guys, when you're doing the prototype, if you find a case where you want to put an AR component also, just go ahead and put that. Like, you can continue this itinerary to your flight or somewhere. So that's it is mostly like I can picture myself at one place, and then I like take my picture, and then it will embed or the previous or the images of London and the backdrop. Can you hear me? I didn't get you. Sorry. So with AR, right? The augmented reality is what you're saying, right? So AR is mostly AR. My idea is when you're in a mobile app, you have created your itinerary, and you are just walking to the let's say you're walking to the plane, In the airport, it's guiding you how to go. This is the one Google AR, which is Google Maps is improving on. It's completely guiding. You just have to place your mobile at a certain location, and it's able to tell you which direction to take. And as you enter the plane, today the air hostess, those people tell us which seat to go. However, still it's ambiguous. With the AR, I just put my mobile there, and it tells me, okay, go straight. This is the third row from here. That's your second seat which you have to go. So this is the AR idea which I had.
Okay.
Okay, so this if you get a chance, even in VR storytelling, how to embed AR, I don't know how to do it. If you get ideas, just
I'll think on it.
yeah, because there was an article from Accenture, and these guys are talking about VR XR. I think I forwarded you guys this one. So how do we do it? All are talking in ads. I really didn't understand how to do it. From mobile perspective, I understood, but in VR storytelling, let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll belong there, but we'll think on it. But
yeah, let's think on it. If it's possible, let's put it across.
All right.
Let's write something. We can have some ideas later.
All right.
Someday we can implement these ideas.
Okay, so we'll talk again on Thursday evening, or when do we want to talk next time? Or I think we have a test to take. So yeah, that's going to be like I think this final sprint, right, and then we will have more time coming in next week. Right, so we'll do at least some work and then check it in this week. Again, Kyle, you will do it for us. And then next week and onwards, I think we will have like dedicated time towards this project.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Fine. Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
See you.
All right. Well, thank you all.
Have a nice day. Bye.
See you.
Bye.